Hi guys, it's Ryan here with Sigma Survival, and today I have been shopping at the Army Surplus store. Now, I put a video up recently showing a bit of a shopping challenge between me and my girlfriend, and what we were basically doing was just looking for kind of like bug out survival items on the fly to get you through, you know, a bad situation where you don't have kit on you. Here I've been in an Army Surplus store today and just brought a few items which are quite useful for really affordable prices. So let's get into what I got. So the first thing I'll talk about is just the cheapest pouches I've seen in a while. So let me just turn these back around. So these were £1 each. So that's probably like, $2 in America or something like that. They are ripped, but they're easy enough to fix. Just a quick run on the sewing machine and that'll sort that out. So there was 5 of them for £1 each, molly pouches in MTP camo. Great bit of kit. Don't really need to say much more about that. Pouches themselves are quite expensive normally, so to be able to buy, broken pouches which are easily fixable for £1 each, you've got to check these places out, guys, or you won't get these bargains. Flint Steels, I can't remember how much these were, but they weren't really expensive, like £3, £4 each, something like that. A good size ferro rod on them, and yeah, the metal strikers aren't very good, but you use the edge of a knife or get something else that's a bit better, that'll work much better. Cutlery set, which also has a can opener on. So the can opener here, and I believe that this might be a bit of a bottle opener as well. So there's a multi-tool, that element to it, and then obviously a knife, fork and spoon, it's a convenient little thing to get. Cook set here, so this has 2 mess tins, fireball, flint and striker. There's knife, fork and spoon set in there yet again. Fire Dragon solid fuel, this is what they use in the British Army, I believe, and it's really good. It doesn't create a lot of smoke, you can cook on it very easily. There's a can opener in there, a folding cooker, like a hexi cooker, and yeah, that's a pretty convenient kit to have, really. $27.99. Now you probably could get some of these items cheaper, but the Fire Dragon fuel itself is really good, so I mean, it's worth the money just based on that alone. And there's a hexi cooker in there and cutlery. It's a full set, so that also is a good item. I did a video recently on camouflage. These Boonie hats are awesome for camouflage. I already own one in DPM camo, but this one is desert, this one's more of a black sort of urban colour. These are great because they break up the silhouette of your head, and you can also stick foliage in through these gaps here, these holes. You can also feed bits of kit into there, but not a major thing. There's also these scrim scarves, so this is huge, really useful. Just like you would use a chamois, you can use this, and you can also feed bits of foliage into them. But this is great for escape and evasion, or covering kit over, or if you're setting up a tarp, you can put this out in front of it. It's very long, so it's easy to sort of make use of in that respect. And why just get a camo one when you can get a brown tan one and also a black one for urban sort of environments where maybe you want to cover a window over or something like that. There was some climbing rope there. Now, what I will say about this is you've got to be careful because you don't know the history of the rope. This is 20 metres and it was about £20 or £22, so it's a British pound per metre. That's ridiculously cheap, guys, but you don't know the history of the rope, so it'd be good for rappelling. I wouldn't necessarily want to climb on this, although to be honest, looking at the rope, it looks like it's in very good shape. But I'll have to do a proper test on this, and I'll show you how you can better test rope in another video, so second-hand rope and stuff like that. So you can test to see if it's good in the best sort of way possible. But generally speaking, you've got to be careful, like I say. And I know that it's been used for rappelling, because I don't know if you can see that there, it is yellow, but there's a yellow tag showing the middle point of the rope where people have done double rappelling techniques and whatnot. Another useful item was this. It was £10, just a rigger's belt. Super useful. I've got a super secret project that I'm working on with one of these, so yeah, can't talk too much about that yet. But another item is the best set of boots that you can buy. These are Altbergs. They're not my size, but they are my father-in-law's size, so I got them for him. Yeah, really, really good. They just need a new sole put on them, but generally speaking, the leather is really, really intact. This is what is currently issued to British soldiers, and it is a really good bit of kit, and they were only £10. So to buy them new, it's quite expensive. I can't remember if it's like 80 UK pounds or if it's something more like 180. But for £10, they have been worn, but the leather's good to go. Just needs the sole updating. And finally, a survival knife. So generally speaking, this isn't the strongest knife that you'll come across because it's not full tang, but it's got a survival kit built into the handle, Rambo style. So there's even a rubber seal on this just to make sure the water doesn't get in. There's a compass that's still intact, always good to know. Bit of cotton there, that's some good firelighting material. And then there's just little bits and bobs in here that are, it's got a Morse code sticker on it. If I can get this open, we'll have a look inside. There we go. And this is basically just a fishing kit, which is pretty tightly packed in there. See if I can get this top edge off as well. There we go. So yeah, there's a couple of plasters in there for wounds, a little mini pencil, some clothing pins, a little mini fishing kit, sewing needle, and a razor blade. So I mean, all in all, some pretty useful items, and they fit nicely into this little tube here. This little tube could probably be hidden on the body, but in an escape and evasion type situation, I could imagine this would be quite a useful thing to have. Let me just put this back as it was. There's also a sharpening stone on the back side of this. There's also some bits of kit on the inside. So there's a slingshot in here, or slingshot bands. There is a, I believe I think this is like a rock climbing tool. Oh no, it's not. It's basically for gutting fish. So there's a fish gutting tool. Looks like there's a wire saw in there. So there's quite a few little items, a small bit of string, and this is a signal mirror apparently. So some good bits of kit that are just lined up, you know. In the handle alone is a survival kit and, you know, multiple tools. Also, this, I don't know what this is for. If anyone knows what that's for, please do let me know. Then you can also put the blade on here, and it can be used as a wire cutter, I believe. I'm going to need to open that up to make it work. I don't know, anyway, but I know that that is supposed to be a wire cutting implement. There we go. I believe that's how it works. So the wire is fed into this point here, and then it's just snipped. Obviously you don't use the sharp edge of the blade because that would ruin it. Yeah, you could use the flat edge of this blade to strike on one of the Flint and Steels as well. I dare say that you could also change out the cordage here, because this is just boot laces, which, you know, isn't a bad thing to carry, but I would probably rather put Kevlar cordage on this, because that can be used as a saw, can be used to bind someone's hands better than handcuffs would. They're not getting through that stuff. It's just a cordage that's really versatile, that isn't gonna break, essentially. So that's it really, guys. This is what I brought today. I just thought I'd share it with you because there's some really, really useful bits of kit. And I believe that the total for all of this stuff was around about £150. So really, really not a lot of money when you consider that there's like multiple camouflage items there that could save your ass. There's a full cooking set, a full survival kit with a knife, compass, everything you need. 5 pouches that just need a bit of TLC. That's a full belt kit right there. I can just put all sorts into them. A rigger's belt, which the pouches can go onto. Climbing rope, 20 metres. Good amount of cordage. And a good set of boots, even though they're not for me. I hope you found that useful. It's not the survival video that some of you may have been thinking would be a survival video, but it's a good insight into what you can go and get from an army surplus store. I mean, £150 has brought 20 metres of climbing rope. That would normally cost probably £50. The boots themselves probably cost £80 to £180 brand new for a set of boots like that. The scrim scarves, I don't even know how much they cost, but they're really useful. The cooking set, £27.99. I do think that's probably around about a fair price considering everything that's in there. The pouches, dirt cheap, just need a bit of TLC. Rigger's belt, standard price at £10, and a full survival kit and knife. I can't remember how much that cost. But yeah, it's, you know, you can really, really save a lot of money by buying second hand. And, you know, like I say, this rope here, whilst we don't know the history of it, I do think it could save your life. And look, it's tactical colours almost. It's like Flecktarn colours, is it? The German camouflage. You know, it's got yellow, red, dark green in it. That would be perfect for here in the UK, generally speaking. So yeah, please let me know what you think. Like, let me know if you like army surplus stores as well. You know, I think that army surplus stores are great for doomsday preppers, for anyone that wants to just be a little bit more prepared. You know, being able to buy just that cook set and the knife, you know, along with a good pair of boots and one of the pouches, maybe you would be set for most things. You know, you've got some basic survival items right there. But yeah, I obviously have a broad spectrum of survival needs and wants and interests and specialisms. So for me, it's a gold mine. It really is, I won't lie. But yeah, like I say, let me know what you think of them. Please do like and subscribe to the video. It really, really helps the channel grow. Yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.